Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Smitty, and here we are at Barber Motorsports Park. In today's vid, some pros are going to tell you how to be a better rider. So hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something, and in the comments, let me know what's up. So let's get into it. So here you are with Max Flinders. 2 tips on how to be a faster rider.
Faster rider. So.
Yes.
First of all, my number 1 tip that I tell everybody is just to get comfortable. That's the thing. Like, if you're always trying to push, I need to go faster, I need to go faster, I need to go faster, right, you get out of this like comfort zone, and you end up pushing yourself too hard, and you'll go slower.
Okay.
It's all about comfort. I mean, you got to go faster, make that your new comfort level, and then that's fast. Then you go a little bit faster, make that your new comfort level. I mean, that's why you see the pros out here going as fast as we are. Yeah, our comfort level is
mind-blowing.
Yeah, that's just, if we go any slower than that, it's actually uncomfortable. Like, that's our comfort level. So it's like, don't keep pushing yourself. Once you get a bit faster, like, you know, take it in, like, be comfortable with it, and keep going from there.
So how does one push themselves to get more comfortable going faster? Like how to do that? It's
a lot about riding. It's the more you ride, the more comfortable you'll get. I mean, like, I'll ride today and I'll think my fastest time is like completely on edge, and then tomorrow I'll come and I'll ride, and that on edge doesn't feel as on edge because I was just doing it yesterday. So it's like everything kind of settles, you get more used to the speed. It doesn't feel like everything's coming at you as fast. So it's just get on the bike, keep riding, and get that comfort level to the next stage.
Okay. So one more tip now.
One more tip. Yeah. Even though I was talking about comfortable, I mean, don't sit at comfort. You know, like, I'm comfy doing this speed all the time, but that's not as fast as I can go. I mean, keep pushing yourself. I mean, try brake just a little bit later. Try get on the gas a little bit earlier. I mean, different tracks require different things. Some tracks you want to focus more on getting on the gas earlier than braking later. And other tracks you want to brake later than getting on the gas earlier. So know your track. I mean, talk to people. I mean, you have local legends like who know that track like the back of their hand. Talk to those people. They'll help you out a lot. But, like, I mean, push yourself. If you're like, okay, if I went into this corner and I'm like, hey, Mike, there's a camera right there.
Right here.
You just walked right in front of it, the camera.
Oh, no worries, man.
But, you know, like, if I'm going into a corner and I get in, I'm like, okay, that felt good. I want to get myself a little bit out of my comfort zone. Okay. So I'll go in and just like, okay, that was still too easy. Okay, that was too much, you know? Like, it's like little things. Like,
okay, so basically be comfortable, but also push to get out of that comfort zone.
Right. You always want to make, like, just the next uncomfortable mark, you want to make that your new comfort zone.
Got it.
And if you keep picking a new mark and then making it comfortable, picking a new mark and making it comfortable, next minute you're going to be going so fast and you're going to feel good doing it too.
And basically seat time, that's it.
Exactly. I mean, the more you're on the bike, the more you're riding, the better you get the bike set up. The more comfortable you are, the faster you go.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Hey, man.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Hey, now do it again in your accent, all right? All right, we're rolling. So here we are with Sam Lochoff.
How you doing?
Same thing. 2 tips how to be a faster rider.
One thing is, definitely, you always want to try something new. You never, always getting in a rhythm is good, but if you stay in the rhythm and you never try anything new, you'll never improve. So, like,
you know, Max said the same thing, right?
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Wait, what did Max Flinders say?
Max said this be, you know, rhythm, comfort zone kind of stuff, and push yourself step by step. And, so yeah, 2 new things. Come on,
I
Sam.
didn't fucking know.
Something you learned in the past couple of years from to say, okay, so you trained with Zemke, right?
Yeah.
Tell me 2 things that Jake taught you.
One thing I find on any bike you ride is, Richie, come on. Come on. No, we're good.
You're good. No worries, man. That's good.
Definitely the one thing that I found that helped me get a little quicker was weighting your foot pegs. Like, it doesn't seem to, like, help so much, but like for Barber turn 3, it's a really quick right-hander, and it's like you just roll off the gas a little, and if you sit down in your seat, the bike is going to move all over the place.
That's the uphill?
It's the uphill right-hander.
Okay.
And it's pretty much close to flat out.
Okay.
But like you're riding tomorrow, so you can even test it. And you sit down and you lean the bike over, and the bike just goes like moves like this and snakes everywhere. And but if you weight your pegs and get your ass actually off the seat, the bike is more stable and it just does it a little bit because you're putting the center of gravity in the middle of the bike instead of back.
Okay, so wait, both pegs or inside and outside?
Both pegs.
Okay, got it.
And then speaking on pegs, obviously, if you're going into a corner, you want to weight the outside pegs.
The outside?
The outside.
Okay.
I just hit the mic. That's what I do.
Good.
So I weight the outside pegs, and then it just kind of helps me get the rear to step out just a little. It's all like for what you're comfortable with, you know.
Okay.
Like some people like the bike in line. I prefer it if the bike steps out just a little. And
got it.
yeah, and also when you want to change directions, and Bob is a good example of. It's got a lot of hard braking. It's got a lot of fast change directions, and definitely you want to push on the handlebars. It's counter steering.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's something that not a lot of people know. And if they do know about it, they don't do it correctly.
Okay.
So it's really hard to say how you do it correctly because it's just something you've got to learn. But when I'm going through a fast left right, I'll get on the left hand side of the bike, and then when I want to transition to the right, I'll hold the handlebars and push on the right handlebar and then move my body.
Okay.
And then it kind of just picks the bike up, and
some good force?
it's a lot of force.
Okay, got it.
The faster you go, the more force you'll need.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. All right, appreciate it very much.
Nice seeing you
All right.
again, always.
Okay, so here you are with Richie Escalante, Super
Hello.
Sport champion, super bike rider, right?
Yes.
So here we are, just a few tips how to be a faster rider. What you got for me?
Yeah, I think first you need to check the bike 100%. So the clip-ons, the rear sets, that's very important to you feel comfortable.
Okay.
So that's the first thing, the first tip. Also check the pressure, the tires.
Okay.
That's very important. Not only is go and ride the bike,
Got it. So check
So-
clip-ons, tire pressures,
tire pressure,
check
always
everything.
100%, the bike.
Okay.
And another tip, just try to enjoy, and sometimes on the front straight,
Right.
I rip.
Okay.
So for me, helps a lot. Always
Okay.
before every corner. So that's another tip, very good.
So you breathe in, check the bike. Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's cool, and for sure enjoying, and always step by step.
Okay, so Barber, it's a real short front straight. So you breathe still one good deep breath, or?
Yeah, you just always try
Okay.
to every lap and every front straight, longer or short.
Right.
Try to, and it's
Okay.
a
Sounds
very
good.
nice tip.
Well, thanks, appreciate it,
Thank
Richie.
you.
All right, take it easy. So here we are, Josh Herrin, Super Sport champion, veteran. Here we go, we're the old guy in the paddock today. Man.
Yeah, kind of.
So just, well, I'm down to 50 years old, so I'm moving to you. So.
All right.
So just how to be a better rider, 2 tips.
Yeah, I would say for me probably the 2 best tips I could give people is, have fun. Like that's something that I've learned over the last, I've been in this paddock racing professionally now for 17 years.
Wow.
And it's the biggest thing is just having fun. Like always remember why you did it. Always remember if you're a kid, if you were lucky enough to be around your dad and go racing with your dad growing up, like always remember those times. If you're somebody that goes to track days with your buddies and now you're trying to race and get better, like always remember those good times with your buddies. Like that's why you started going to track days, is having fun. Never be what somebody else wants you to be, or be afraid to be who you are as a person. Like me as a person, what makes me happy is racing and winning, but when I can't do that, I like doing wheelies and riding on the street and doing group rides, having fun. And for a long time I let people tell me not to do that, and I realized that I need to do that to be me, to be happy with who I am. And it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter what people think about me or what they say, or maybe I don't get this sponsor because of that. Like that's just who I am. And there's hundreds of thousands of people who do that same stuff that I do that can relate to me. So I'm fine with them being my supporters over people who bash on me for it. not everybody's the same and not everybody thinks the same way.
True.
And I think that just helps you on the track. If you're in a good state of mind, away from the track, then you'll bring that to the track. Also, not putting pressure on yourself. Like, the biggest thing that you can do to hurt yourself as a rider is putting pressure on yourself. And that's a big reason why some people don't do good, is because they doubt themselves or they have one bad session and they let it ruin their whole weekend. I try to find things now.
I'm like that, actually.
I try to find things now that, instead of saying, oh, I had a bad first session, my weekend's done, I try to look at it like, okay, I got it out of the way. Like, my bad luck's out of the way, and that kind of helps me kind of reset my mind. The other thing that I would say is probably to ride loose. Like, everybody's so tight, and you don't listen to the people who tell you, that you still got to have a grip on a motorcycle. Like, there's people who tell you like that, oh, you shouldn't hold on at all. Like, you need to.
I've heard that before, like, kind of be too.
Yeah, but just when you're going down the straightaways, just try to wiggle your fingers. Like, remember to breathe. A lot of times we find ourselves going a minute and a half lap time and we like hardly breathe that whole lap. Then you start, right? You're not breathing right. Then your heart rate starts getting higher than it normally does. So breathing right and not holding on super tight, I think, is something else that helps out, right? And we all want people to go and spend money. HSBKRacing.com is a huge sponsor of mine. Duckworks, all these guys. Online business is really important.
Right.
You need parts. We want you to go to those websites and order parts, but always remember to improve yourself as a rider before you just go dumping a bunch of money into your bike. Try to work on yourself and then get those parts that you need. Maybe tell yourself, hey, when I get down to a minute 50 at Buttonwillow, which is a track out by me, then I'm going to get a new exhaust for my bike, or something like that. I think it's good to reward yourself. I've always, even though I've got the best parts on my race bikes, my stock bikes at home, they basically remain stock, and I want those cool parts on them, but it's also good sometimes to just improve yourself as a rider before you just start throwing money at it.
Okay, so what about riding schools? Do you recommend schools and coaching from pros on Saturdays, things like that?
Schools are good, but I think make sure that whoever you're getting taught by is somebody who's actually won at a professional level before.
Okay, fair enough.
I think I like Pridmore. Pridmore is somebody that I would recommend getting coaching by. Josh Hayes coaches. Pridmore travels all across the country and does it. He's a guy who's won on a professional level before.
Right.
Josh Hayes is on the West Coast, obviously more than he is on the East Coast, but he coaches.
Okay.
I'm available for coaching. I think, you spend a little bit more. There's guys out there that are charging $400 a day for coaching, where the pro guys are charging $1,200 to $1,500 a day, but you're getting that, like you heard before, it's the experience. It's not so much like a lot of these guys, they study good riders and then they tell you what they see, but they're not been there, done that. So I think you always want to find somebody who's actually experienced that. And
Okay, I appreciate your time, Josh.
Yeah, no worries.
And good luck.
I appreciate it.
So here we are, people, with the guy, the champ, the man, Jake Gagne. So Jake, similar questions. How does one get faster?
I think it's a tough question, of course, depending on kind of what level you're at, but having a good plan, understanding what you need to improve and how you need to improve. I mean, obviously everybody's at a different spot, but even us at this level, like, we understand what we want to work on, whether it's kind of corner entry stuff, corner exit stuff, body position stuff, bike setup stuff. Like, having a good plan going into every practice session or race, even like I said, all of us guys, we got a plan on what we do need to improve on. For instance, I mean, even today here at Barber, our main goal, like this afternoon, was improve our braking areas, be able to carry a little bit more speed into the turn, be able to release the brake and roll more speed through the apex. But yeah, obviously everybody's at a different spot, but trying to understand what the biggest piece of the puzzle that you need to fix is, and actually having a game plan.
Okay, so you pull up to the race Friday mornings. So what is your mental game plan or your mental preparation to get ready for the weekend? So how do you do that?
I think experience is the big thing. Like, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing it since I was a kid, so it's kind of like, it's not super stressful for me anymore. I just go out, I come into the weekend, we come to the track on Thursday, hang out, get with the crew, discuss the plan, what's different from the bike from last weekend or whatever. But yeah, again, back to like what I said, just have a game plan and be focused. You know, be hydrated, eat a good breakfast. You know, and just kind of take care of all those things that your body and your mind needs to be in a state where you can really be focused. You know.
Okay, so about training or fitness. So what's your routine for that?
Yeah, I do these days like a lot of running, some mountain biking. You know, not a lot of like lifting weights and stuff like that, but like some body weight exercises, some kettlebell stuff, like mostly that kind of stuff.
And how does that translate to being better on the track?
You know, I mean, the fitter you are, I always say, you know, the more you're struggling with your fitness, it's kind of moves into your mental game too. You know, as your fitness gets better, you're able to keep your focus better. But I mean, you know, we've all had those days where we're just tired and worked, and at that point, your focus drops, your mentality drops, and so yeah, you know, everybody's got to find their gig, what works with them to kind of be fit on the bike. But
Fair enough. All right, well, thanks for your time, Jake. Appreciate it.
Anytime, bro.
And good luck
Appreciate
on
it.
the
You
race this
too.
weekend.
Good luck, man.
Thanks.